What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be camping in the remote wilderness for the next 5 days. I'm with my buddy Murray. We've got some canoes. We've got our fishing rods. Stay tuned and figure out what the Canadian Boundary Waters has to offer.
Alright, that looks like everything.
All right, dude. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
All right, we've officially made it to the first spot of the trip. This is where we're getting dropped off for the next 5 days with Murray and Brandon. And we've got our 2 canoes here. Murray and Brandon are gonna be in a dual canoe. I'm gonna be in a solo. We've got a lot of paddling to do today before we get to our first campsite, but man, it's a gorgeous day to do it. This is our first day up here in the Boundary Waters. We're gonna get slowly more and more remote as time goes on, but it already feels like a vast difference from being at home. It's nice and quiet, birds are chirping, sun's beating down. We're crossing our fingers that the bugs haven't hatched super hard up here yet. Got a bunch of butterflies sucking on something over there. I'm not really sure what's going on, but there's a lot of them. Gonna get the canoes loaded up and get to paddling on our first lake to our first portage. All right, we just walked the trail all the way back. Now it's time to do the second trip with just the canoes. So I got the little shoulder pads on my shoulders. I'm about halfway through. It's a little cumbersome taking a canoe through this tight wooded area. You can see how many trees are around me. Tell you what, this is a lot nicer though than bringing the pack. Trying not to trip. I am hiking in my sandals right now, so trying to not have any accidents happen early on the one and only portage of the day. That wouldn't be fun. There are many miles of lakes and portages out here. We're just gonna be on a few of them this week, but the most fun part about this area that we're in right now is it is untouched, wild areas where some places don't get explored in an entire summer. So I'm gonna try to take advantage as much as we can of our time out here.
Sometimes in life, you can feel like you don't have a paddle, but with the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp, you can find some direction. It's surprising to me that over 62% of adults believe that societal attitudes discourage people from seeking mental health help. Mental health shouldn't be such a taboo topic, and I believe people shouldn't feel shame or guilt for accepting help from a professional. Despite growing up in an era of mental health awareness, it's surprising to me that 37% of Gen Z believes that those who seek therapy are mentally weak. I've personally been a customer of BetterHelp since 2019, and it's helped me through many different stages of my life. As you can imagine, being alone on the road, sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. Having a professional in my corner means that I get pointers to push myself in the right direction, and it helps me feel accomplished and heard. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, BetterHelp is sponsoring this video, and I'm working with them to stop the stigma around mental health support and encourage more people to get the help that they need from a licensed therapist. You don't need to be alone in your brain. Therapists listen, ask questions, and help you find new perspectives. They give you the tools that you need and advice to make positive changes and help fulfill the mission of BetterHelp, which is just to make starting therapy as easy as possible. If you think that you could benefit from talking to a licensed therapist, click on the link in the description, or you can go to betterhelp.com/mav, and BetterHelp will match you with your perfect therapist in as little as a couple days. Using my link will also get you 10% off your first month of therapy. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Thanks to you guys for tuning in. Now let's get back to the prepaid programming.
Grab that guy. Thank you, sir. Last time I came into a canoe for the first time of the season, I forgot you couldn't stand up, so let's not make that mistake this year. This is gonna be our first camping lake, I think, of the trip. A little bit less arduous than some of the other ones that we've been on. There's a couple campsites here. We got one on the point. There's one directly in front of us right here that looks like it has some people on it, and then there's one kind of hidden over in this area. So we're gonna go check out the point first. A little bit worried about this one because if wind does pick up or we get some weather in the next couple days, it's gonna be pretty susceptible to bad weather. But it also has a trade-off because there's probably gonna be some amazing fishing there. That one isn't even an option right now, and that one is definitely gonna be more protected, but probably less on the desirable side for fishing. So absolutely stellar outside right now. It is always amazing to me too how different these lakes are, even with just a little land gap like that. That lake we were just on was so brown, if you could tell from the video footage, and this one is just gin clear. Probably about 20-25 foot water clarity. Lots of walleyes in this one, and a lot of fun fishing this time of year. So hopefully there's an empty campsite for us, and yeah, we're just gonna paddle on up to this point and see what the heck we got going on. Yeah, boys, right here. Yeah, bro, this looks like a nice campsite. All right, camp spot here, right on the point. Good fishing, good camping. If it's any telltale sign, there is a giant rock kierum made for the fire pit. I'm guessing that when it's bad, the wind's coming straight into here, so I have to ask the guys what they think, but I mean, at least right now I'm willing to bargain on it. Holy. Sounds like we're all in agreement on this place, that we're gonna set camp up. Right now we've got nice weather. Hopefully we don't regret the non-wind blockage later, but it's really not that bad. There's firewood around, there's flat spots for a tent, there's nice trees for a hammock. Got ourselves a nice big old fire pit with a grate. And then up that trail I think there's a latrine too, so. Found a little, kind of like a little sanctuary back here for camping. Murray's got a tent set up, so I'm imagining he's gonna want to be on that flat land there. Found a couple trees for my hammock, and then we got to find some tree setups for Brandon because he's got a hammock also. But I think we're all gonna get set up back here, and we made good time today, so gonna be able to do it in luxury on our own time in the sunlight. I did get myself a new hammock. This is the same one I was using out in the Amazon jungle. I loved it so much that I decided to bring one home with me. Just kidding. I ordered it online after I got home, but same exact one. See if I can remember how to set it up. All right, I've got the hammock all set up here. There's one issue. It's not rainproof. It's got bug netting, so I gotta set my tarp up. All right, camp is all set up. I got my guy lines down. Kind of jerry-rigged something up with the tarp. I don't think this is exactly how I had it in the Amazon, but it'll work. Got some tension on there. A little claustrophobic on the inside, but hey, should stay dry, should be comfortable. It being a new setup, it's not always gonna be perfect right off the bat, but with the tarp that close, I will be dry. The problem is I kind of set up on a hill here, and I was running out of room of how high I could put my tarp. I mean, as you can see, I'm putting my hand as high as up as it can go. I could have probably got like an extra 6 inches or so, but I really don't feel like redoing everything right now. I think this will work for tonight. Keep stuff dry. Murray's been getting the fire going and fishing. He had the fire's out. He had the easier setup, putting up a tent, so he's been catching some fish, or not catching some fish, getting some bites at least. Trying. All right, the fire's going, but we can only find like little tiny pieces, like wrist size, not even, around camp. Brandon went into the woods and found a nice fallen birch tree. Now on a couple of these trips I've gotten comments, people saying that we're cutting down live trees. Wanted to clear it out early that this was here before we got here. These campsites get utilized all summer long, all spring long, and these green branches were already here, so I mean, might end up using them, but if we don't use them, they're just gonna sit here. So just because they're green does not mean that we were down here cutting them down. Anyway, I got the nice task of trying to figure out how to split this big boy with this little hatchet. Alright, I got the fire ripping, got some wood split. The boys just took off to do a little bit of fishing. I brought some fresh food in. Got a nice loaf of sourdough in this bag. And then got some nice sirloin steak. Brought these in frozen. Got 3 of them. So I really need to be here to tend to some embers and make sure the fire's going good. We've got a big pile of firewood going. Like I said, it's been pretty dry here, so a lot of the firewood is great. We've got a pretty nice pile going, should last us a bit, but I do think it's important that I'm here to make sure that I can keep adding to the embers, because although it's dry, we only have a lot of this, I don't know, like wrist and undersized wood, and it's pretty airy, if you will. It's not very dense. And then we have this birch tree that was a fell. And it is a burden to split, and then on the inside it is a bit damp, but once you get it split, it dries out real fast. Alright, well, now that I've got the fire going, I suppose I can set this thing up and try to do some fishing. Whoa, Berkeley power bait. These are the white bonefish. They're like a ribbed soft plastic. I really like these for walleye. Well, could have done a little bit better job of rigging that, but it should work out here. Alright, made my first 3 casts. Sun is starting to go down. So I'm gonna get more focused on those stakes.
Oh, it's a big pike. Yep. That's funny. Or that sucks, but figures he'd get a pike. Don't look at me. Give me your line, your tip. Just give me your rod tip. Yeah, look at.
Oh my god. Nice pike, 35 inches?
Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah.
35?
Yeah.
The boys caught, well, kind of caught a walleye and caught a giant pike, like a 35 incher. Murray almost lost his finger apparently. Oh yeah. And I gotta get him, this is why, I gotta get him a little first aid. So here's an antiseptic wipe. Get Murray all bandaged up. Put some antiseptic on it. A little waterproof bandy. Alright, I would say we've got some good embers going now. We definitely have some raw steaks to cook, so I think these things should get cooking ASAP. I tried not to bring a whole lot of random stuff meaning seasoning. I brought something special. Today we're going to be trying to do some steaks with some, this is a baggie of Old Bay. I think it might be pretty phenomenal.
Oh, I love it. Why did I have a chair upside down? Say they didn't send me the sand thing. The sand net? Thanks for the leg. I don't think I ever had taken anything in there.
First time I ever seen you good.
Same thing.
Because we brought you.
Do you know what I was thinking on the ride over here? Should have brought frickin' skip bow.
Damn, or something.
Yeah.
I can steak at least 5 times a week. Why don't you chop up some steak for them to do that?
Oh, look at that. This guy.
This guy. That's smooth, huh?
Oh yeah.
The butter.
Just a little so she gets charred when you flip her again. Gets a little crusted on her.
So your dad?
Yeah, it's with data. Yeah. Turn off your data.
Dad knows what he's doing there.
This is how my brain works.
Whoa. That thing's hot. All right. Bring a plate. The Murray burglar. The Brandon steak.
I'm actually really excited. I said I'm not normally.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Steak's done. Got our little loaf of bread. Boys are loaded up. A little bit of pink left in there. Just the way I like it. This bread's banging. All right, first meal in the Boundary Waters. Going down the hatch. I do like that Old Bay on there.
Really good.
I don't mind it. One of my local pizza shops makes these loaves of sourdough every day. They make it with their leftover pizza dough starter, so I got to bring this on one of my other camping trips last year. And every time I come to this place, it feels like now it needs to be a tradition, if you will.
Wow, I'm full.
Living in luxury right now.
10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, that was so delicious. Cross my fingers that I don't get the meat sweats tonight. Don't think I will, but there's always a possibility. We also just destroyed an entire loaf of bread between the three of us. All right, we're filtering all of our water this week on this gravity bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my Nalgene because I don't know if I've had water like all day. For water, I haven't had anything. I think I've got some fresh water. Got everything set up earlier. I'm really excited about this new hammock because I'm able to put my sleeping pad actually in between the hammock and the bottom. You can see inside the hammock there's no pad. Underneath the hammock there's no pad, but it's sandwiched in the middle. I only brought a 30-degree bag. Yeah, it's a 30. And then it's funny, this is a woman's long, but I got it on sale and it works good, so hopefully I'm gonna be warm enough because 30 degrees is like survival temperature for sleeping bags, and It's supposed to get down into like the low 40s tonight, so I think we'll be okay though. I use this bag a lot and been very warm, so. All right, I'm gonna get my shoes off, slide into the hammock, and get some Z's for night one. Good morning. All right, losing the jacket already early this morning. It's 10:09. Definitely slept in more than I ever have out here. Woke up one time at 7 o'clock. The guys were talking about going down and starting the fire, and then they both went back to bed, so I fell back asleep, and here we are 12 hours, probably about 12 hours of sleep later. But I say this on every one of these trips. If I fall asleep and it lasts 12 hours at the beginning of the trip, that just means that I needed it a lot. It's one of the best things about camping. Murr also was nice enough to offer half of his MRE. So breakfast today is going to be some biscuits and gravy. I'm going to make my own MRE as well, but very nice to have hot breakfast prepared when you get up. He's been up for a little bit here, so see where the day takes us. Definitely some fishing, maybe a shower, a little lake shower. Here's morning one.
I just know I'm not getting that sensitive.
See you later. That was nice. Nice way to get rid of some brain fog in the morning too. All right, breakfast is done. Kind of a lazy morning. Made a few casts down at the lakefront. No fish are going yet, so I'm gonna use some time and try to get us some firewood stockpiled up. Pile's looking kind of dire. We do have one bigger log left, and a little piece of pine, but there's a pine fall right near our camp, so I'm gonna try to clean it up a little bit, at least get a firewood piece or two, so less work later. And we're gonna do some fishing, I think, in a little bit. Here's the down tree. Just gonna use my machete a little bit here and try to hack off some of these limbs. They're full of All right, I would say that's pretty good and cleaned up. I'm gonna start lopping some logs off of here. All right, got some wood. 6 logs and a lot of kindling. It is sunny outside. It might not look like it, but there's been a lot of forest fires blowing in from Canada, so looks are deceiving right now. UV rays can make it through, even though it doesn't feel like a crazy hot summer day. It is. Hello? Can you hear me? Over?
Stinkpot, do you read me?
Big Stink reads you. Over.
We're gonna need a stringer.
Okay, I'll grab some paracord. Over. All right. Well, the guys just radioed me and said they're gonna need a stringer. So that's good news. They've only been out for like 5 minutes, but I just needed to get that sunscreen on, and they're catching fish. So. All right. You guys smashing them? Nice. I got you a stringer. There you go.
Thank you.
I think that one's a little bit longer. You want a longer one?
I don't think it matters.
Okay. There's one. Wow, nice walleye. Big one. Look at that boy. You want me to harvest them? Be a good one. Yeah, I'll clean them. Well, we're gonna keep this guy. Probably about 20-inch fish. Beautiful. No more bites. I think I'll be good with just my big one, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it in and get her cleaned before it gets too much later out. Alright, there's our delicious 4 walleye. Murray and I are gonna clean them up really quick, and I'm gonna figure out how I wanna cook it. I didn't bring my own batter. We had a little miscommunication about if we were gonna cook them together or not, but I might just cook mine over the fire. Murray's over here cleaning some fish on the shoreline. I'm tinkering around with my Garmin inReach system, trying to see if I can get ourselves a weather forecast. When we were coming in, tomorrow is supposed to be our rain day. It was also the day that we were planning on maybe changing campsites, so it'd be nice to see what the weather is so we can get a game plan together and figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow and how tight do we need to get camped tonight. Like I said, we had a little bit of a miscommunication on bringing fish batter and whatnot out here, and I still have a lot of freeze-dried meals. I'm gonna eat some fried fish tonight, but we definitely don't need 4, so we're gonna offer. There's some people canoeing over here that seemed like they were struggling catching some walleyes. We're gonna ask them if they want my big fish, because that should be enough for a fish fry for them. Brandon's coming with me. Yo! No, you're good. We got a fish down here for you if you want it.
Yep. Oh, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
I've never been on my job before.
Perfect.
Just make sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you so much. Sorry about your
Yeah,
pants.
no, you're all good.
That
They'll
was
dry
amazing.
out. Well, they're really pumped up about that, so that feels good. We definitely don't need that much fish anyway. So we're gonna cook up the 3 other fish that we have now, get a little taste test sampler, and then maybe make a little MRE too to go with dinner.
Dang, dude, you think that's enough?
Could be.
Oh, dude, I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah, that's man. Weather ended up coming through on this thing, and it shows that it's supposed to rain from roughly 10 p.m. tonight into 4 a.m. tomorrow. So I need to make sure that my tarp is better secured because I was a little bit worried about that. All right, ended up getting my tarp redone, strung up. I think it'll be all right. I majorly just wanted to make sure I had a little more room to get underneath, so that should work. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. You can definitely tell there's a front coming in. We should be all well fed and cleaned up by the time the rain does start to come. How's she going over there, gentlemen?
Try the fish.
She's delish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone.
Oh yeah. That's delish. Nice fresh walleye. Fish nuggies and Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A.
Crack this one too, right?
Oh yeah, some sweet sriracha.
Murray and I grabbed these from my house before we left, and it's like our favorite fish sauce.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Boundary Waters chicken nuggies. Our Boundary Waters Chick-fil-A right here. I need to cut some weight, so I'm gonna make myself a MRE or two. Go get some water. Let's see what we got, shall we? Mexican style adobo rice and chicken. If you don't have one yet, get yourself a long utensil if you do trips like this. It is the best thing since sliced bread for eating out of these MRE packets. Honestly, I'm pretty full off the fish, but gotta try to cut down some weight just in case we start moving tomorrow. Got some Mexican style adobo rice and chicken. Looks pretty good. It's tasty. That's a good one. Give her about a 7.5 on a scale of 10. She's delicious. Honestly, out of all the different MREs I've had, this one's up there. It's been an absolutely amazing day, however. Catching some fish, cooking them up, enjoying some nice weather. It's very rarely that I've been here. In the first 2 days, we don't have any rain, so hopefully it's not a precursor for how our trip's about to go. But if we really only get rain from, tonight, and that's it, we're getting off pretty easy. I don't want to jinx it, but... What's that?
So unless you keep talking about it.
Probably shouldn't keep talking about it. Brandon's right. Alright guys, we were just hanging out enjoying the fire a little bit. And now we are being greeted with the weather that we found is coming. A little bit of rain. Starting to feel some sprinkles in the air. You can see maybe that the sky is changing colors and there's some clouds. So we're gonna go hang out in the safe zone, or aka under the tarp. Yeah, and it's actually almost right on time. It's crazy. Come on over. Price is right. All right, rain stopped for a little bit. Good time to get into bed. We're kind of all just hanging out under my big tarp. All right, successful full day number 2. Had some walleye, some good food. Now it's time to get some rest. Hopefully we don't get any more rain. We'll have to decide what we're going to do in the morning, but it's all dependent on Mother Nature. All right, gotta get some rest here and see you bright and early. Good morning. It's definitely a little bit colder out today, but I slept pretty good. Not much for rain. Wasn't anything crazy, but it's already almost 9 o'clock and I gotta get out of bed. Yeah, probably fine. Coffee time. Bang. Few things in the morning are as precious as coffee time, gentlemen.
Most of us.
That's what life's all about. Alright, so we're camped somewhere down yonder. The lake that we want to get to is way up on the top here, so it's going to be a little bit more of a trek than we originally had thought. So
35 miles.
Yeah, we do only have 2 more full days out here, so we're trying to debate if it makes sense going out there, and it's really seeming like not. We did some research on the portages before we came in, and the last portage was rated a 10 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. It's not that we're copping out, it's just trying to be smart, because we're also going right past the area we need to exit, and it's about 2 miles in from where we're at now. So I think the general consensus is we're gonna hang around this area and do some more fishing, maybe do some more lake exploring close by, but it might not make sense to do that lake this trip. Yeah.
Seems like, oh, there's our trucks. Let's go another 30 miles.
Either way, I'm having fun out here. I don't want to go down a crazy trail today and frickin', I don't know. That sounds like a lot. Gotta eat. It's a good thing I'm eating this now, because it goes bad in October of 2053. A little bit of Mountain House Classic biscuits and gravy for breakfast. I brought 2 of these bad boys because they're my favorite. Enjoyed some breakfast. Ended up refilling the Life Straw bag. Have some fresh water when we get back. Can't forget my stringer, just in case we do catch some walleyes. But yeah, it's about time to get out on the water. It's 11:30 right now. See, I got my puffer on. Got long pants on and socks and sandals. The Boundary Water's fit. Pretty remarkable how clear this water is. Ooh. See if I see any walleye by camp. Would be really cool to catch them straight from camp from shore, but I'm not seeing much down there. Just a lot of big rocks to get snagged on. Wow, a couple bald eagles hanging around. There's a couple bald eagles here too. Anything?
Smallmouth.
You caught one?
Smallmouth and missed 2.
Nice. The type of fishing I'm doing is really important to have a sensitive rod. I didn't really touch on it yesterday, but it also is important that on trips like this you have something that's 2-piece, because it's really easy to break a rod out here if it's in the full 7 to 8 foot length, because you're just walking through trees and stuff. So I'm using a Fenwick Eagle. It's got a ultra sensitive tip, and it is in a medium light 7 foot fast action. So when I'm popping this jig up, I'm able to feel really fast and erratic changes if something grabs the lure. I'm using a size 3000 size reel too. It's pretty standard. It's what I always use. There's one. Looks like a bass. Smallmouth bass. There you go. Oof. No. There you go. First fish of the day. New species of the trip. Smallmouth bass. Pretty little fella. He's going back. I do want to keep a fish today to cook over the fire, but if I can get a walleye, I would prefer that over a smallmouth. Fun to catch though.
I quit.
Yeah.
Splash me, I'm gonna splash you. Here, watch out. Down 4.
Oh.
Here, we gotta go fast.
No. I just got piked. Heavy. There's a walleye.
ended up switching back over to the power bait just to see if it made a difference for them wanting to bite, and it didn't take very long before I got this guy. That's a good little eater too. I'm gonna keep him and I'm gonna cook him over the fire. Yeah, it's staying down like a walleye. I'd be very surprised if this wasn't the way it's fighting. Or it could be a mystery fish. I think it's a pike. Yeah, this is starting to feel pikey. Oh yeah, that's a pike. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, it just got me so wet. There you go, there's Mr. Rumpus. Little pike, about a 26 to something incher. I don't feel like cleaning up Y bones, so we'll let him go. If you guys don't know, pike have a lot of bones in them called Y bones. They have delicious meat, but it is a pain in the butt to clean. Also, don't need that much fish, so he gets to go home. Thanks. I just got a blow dart gun. We're just doing some target practice to pass the time. Let's see if you can do it. Oh, I don't know how that didn't do it, dude. We have a bobber we found in the water. Oh, you nicked it.
I nicked it, yeah.
No hunting seasons that are open right now, but we just wanted to bring this to play around with while we're out here. Oh, that one bounced off it. Oh, bang. There you go. Bobber down. Murray's pretty accurate with it. It's pretty cool to see. It's fun. Bang. Alright guys, we just got back from fishing, cutting some firewood up. Got ourselves like 4 big pieces of birch, some pine. I'm gonna get a fire going, get some dinner going. Another day out here. Alright, so those walleye that we caught earlier, we're gonna cook up over the fire. I need to find myself a stick that is ample to be used for a spatchcock. Otherwise, I was just gonna do tinfoil, but I think spatchcocking them sounds good. These were already here, so we're gonna use these. These are green branches. Alright, so I'm gonna be spatchcocking these walleyes, like butterflying them open and smoking them over some coals, so I gotta make some sticks to be able to do that. A Y stick's really good. When you butterfly them, you stick like supporting sticks to hold them up.
Like that?
Yeah. There we go. Next step is to get some clean fish, so we got ourselves a knife and we got ourselves a fish or two. See if we can't clean them. So first thing to do, get them off the stringer. I'm gonna cut them this way and gut them. You guys aren't gonna be able to see that, but that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, just getting this walleye butterflied out here.
Running low. Oh, I can't feel it. it?
You got a bug down right next to you on the book. Or left. I'll just straight up walk home. Dollar done.
Woo! Bobber down. That'll work.
Dude, last time we went through the woods for fucking 35 minutes and we went fishing for 3 hours.
Alright, we just took the first one off the fire. Spine came right out. Little tiny one cooked a little faster, but normally speaking, I would smoke these a little bit. You kind of get that like tacky texture on the meat, like a smoked salmon. And we didn't have time for that though. I feel bad because I've already taken so long to make this fish. These guys are waiting very patiently. The smaller one's done now, and pass it around. And holy man, Old Bay on walleye needs to be a thing of the future. That is insane. All right, this guy's almost done too. Oh, there goes his tail. They all can't be 10 out of 10s. Mary says every time I cook for him, it's 10 out of 10. So he's got to be lying, right? Holy man. We got a spatchcocked walleye. I almost said a rainbow trout because that's the only other fish that I think I've ever done this to besides the piranha. Looks pretty interesting. Had a little flavor of the littler one and it was delicious, but all right, check it out. A little Old Bay seasoning on there. I try to split some of the meat back from the spine just to try to get it crispier, but like I said, normally I would smoke these. So I take out these spreader sticks. I'm gonna dive into this bad boy. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's an actual problem. I like it. There shouldn't be many bones in here.
I gotta try that one too.
Go for it. Oh, his head split in half. That's crazy. Dude, that butter on there is sensational. So good, dude. All right, walleye be gone. It's pretty dang good. Gotta say, I do really like Old Bay seasoning. I think the general consensus is that everybody needs to start using more Old Bay because that stuff is delicious. As far as the spatchcock goes, not a traditional spatchcock, but you know, it's all right. We do what we can out here. I was about to chop your thing in half. It was so good, he went nonverbal.
It was good though. 10 out of 10.
Bang! All right, although the spatchcock was delicious, I gotta dive into some beef stroganoff.
Foot by foot piece of bird bark. Smells like I need some. Bang! On that water.
There's few things as good in this world as beef stroganoff in the woods. And for the season finale of the night, we got some creme brulee that I brought. Came even with the little bit of sharded burnt sugar that is on the top of creme brulee. I tried to hit it with a little torch, but I didn't really do much. It's probably all the preservatives, eh?
It was funny to watch.
Let Murray try his first taste at creme brulee, even though I'm sorry that it's the backpacker version, Murray. All right, you go for it first.
I'm scared. Let me see in there. Get a little piece of burnt sugar.
Yeah.
Bomb.
That was crunchy.
Just like bread pudding.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's kind of like bread pudding.
Bomb.
You like it?
Hmm?
Another one?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I can't lie. I can't lie. You want another bite?
Bomb. No.
I mean, for backpack creme brulee, I'm gonna say that I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to taste very good. I think we're gonna wrap up here for the night. We're gonna hang out by the fire for a little while longer, and then sooner than later, it's gonna be going up and catching some Z's time. So, all right, night, boys. I'm back to the hammock for the night. I am exhausted. It's about 11 o'clock. And it sounds so nice. I could crawl into my sleeping bag and get some rest. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are on our 4th and final full day out here in the Boundary Waters. It's roughly 9:30 in the morning, and it's absolutely gorgeous out. I slept so good last night. Honestly, I think I got like 10 to 11 hours of sleep. Maybe too much, but I guess nothing's too much when you're out in the woods. These boys are already up. Murray's having some breakfast. Grabbing my Garmin to check the weather for tomorrow to see if we're gonna have anything dicey. All right, so weather report just came in for today. So we've got 74 degrees. We've got wind out of the west at a sustained 9.7 miles an hour and gusts up to 19. Checks out. Treetops are moving pretty good up there. For tomorrow, about 5 miles sustained and 10 mile an hour gusts. So nothing really to be worried about. This has been very fair weathered compared to some of the other trips that I've done out here. Taking the daily trail up to the latrine. I just realized I haven't showed you guys where business gets made. This is actually the world's most amazing toilet. It's like a little outhouse toilet there, and what we've been using for the last few days. Ooh, I'm gonna shut this off now. Go ahead and get at her. So the funny thing is, I brought these sunflower seeds just to kill them at home. They've been sitting in my pantry for like 6 months. Been scared of them because they got like this red color. And I was like, well, this would be a good thing to try to kill in the Boundary Waters. And I think I'm gonna buy more of them. So they're delicious.
Really good.
Honestly, I think I like them more than I like Talkies. That's saying something. I like Talkies. Alright, we're just getting some water boiled up for our dinners. So what are you eating?
Chicken teriyaki rice.
Chicken Kawasaki?
For you. Teriyaki Jerry Yamamoto.
We're gonna have some pad thai. Water's gone. You even got peanuts in there. Not too shabby. All right, last night fishing out here. Taking the old canoes out for a paddle. Seeing if we can't catch something. Walter! Bang! It'd be a perfect eater if we were keeping them, but we're not. So see you later. Dude, that's a nice one. Nice fish. Yeah, there's a big rock pile right here. There's one. Oh, nice walleye. Real nice walleye. Ooh! Got a walleye there, boy. Look at that man. You. See ya. I'm gonna head back in so I can hang by the fire for a little bit before catching some Z's tonight. Night number 4, our last night. Great way to spend it, catching some walleyes into the final dusk hours of the day. It was beautiful. That was so fun, dude. All right, Murray made us some tea for the last night. Thank you, Murray.
Cheers, brother.
What kind is this again? Hello. Vanilla.
Something. Lemon.
vanilla lemon and some honey. Honey, vanilla, lemon, and chowder. Dude, that's gas. We'll have a nice hot cup of tea on a cool summer night. It's a good night. Gonna hang by the fire for a little bit and head back to the hammock for the last night.
Oh my God.
Good morning. The sun is rising. It is 7 a.m. and we are getting ready to go. Gotta pack everything up, tear it down, and get this show on the road. All right, so we are all packed up. Just got the canoes, a couple packs. Brandon's finishing up over there. I got a lot of crap last year for being the slowest, so I made it a point to try to be as quick as possible. Turns out I was too quick. Absolutely glass column out there. We've got a short portage today because we didn't do that crazy plan that we had in the middle of this trip, which I am actually so happy we didn't do. It would have been an absolute nightmare dealing with all that and only having a day to fish. So we're gonna have something to look forward to next year. You look majestic. Wow.
Get her in the water all the way.
Think so? Yeah, I got her. Thank you, sir. All right, portage number 2. This one is a lot more grueling. Just brought the packs back, and now it's for the light work, the 60-pound canoe. All right, folks, we have made it back to the truck. 5 days in the Boundary Waters commencing. It's a good time with Murray and Brandon. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Lord knows I'll be back here. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. And as always, until next time, you already know the drill.
Keep on trucking.